Hey y'all, how you doing? It's Virtuous Woman again. Well, the other day I was listening to social media platforms, and what I was hearing, thought came to me, Willie Lynch. And I said, Willie Lynch? I've heard about it, documentations of this particular slave owner in 1712 that possibly is true, and it might be a hoax. By the internet, they said it might be a hoax because the language in the writing, it's not really of the past. When I say the past, I mean 1700s. It really sounds more like in our century today, so it might be a hoax. But the thing about this writing, what's involved in this writing, it describes, I would say, the behavior of humanity. But it really describes the behavior of the black community. Yes. So, it was introduced, first time they found the writing was in the 70s. It was found on the internet, but it really came to light in the 1990s. I think 93, 94, that it really got introduced. So, I got privileged to read upon what is Willie Lynch. So I'm bringing it to you guys. If you don't know, go and find out about what and who Willie Lynch was. And what he described back then, how it would continue for 300 years amongst the black community. Now, here in America, where I live, you see it amongst our black brothers and sisters. In the Caribbean, you see it. Worldwide, you see it amongst us as black people. Now, as I look at social media and I see the behavior, it really describes what I read. So I'm going to say the social media platforms, I'm just going to say it's a plantation. You know, back then they had different plantations. So social media, we have different plantation. One plantation might be Facebook. Another plantation might be YouTube. Another plantation might be Instagram. And, you know, all these other plantations that might just arise. Right. So, when we see the behavior, and I'm going to primarily focus on the Jamaican community. I was born in Jamaica, so I'm going to focus on the Jamaican community. Now, I'm not saying that behavior is not amongst other ethnic groups, but I'm going to focus on our Jamaican people, the diaspora here in America, back on the island, and wherever we are in the world. When you read the Willie Lynch writing of this slave owner, I think his name, Willie Lynch, of 1712, he describes how he would separate us. Now, the separation would be by age, by looks, by hair texture, and you know that is very prevalent among us. And hopefully we're coming out of it. We're accepting our hair. I had to go through it. See these locks? I'm surprised I have locks. But you know how we was divided because of the hair texture and how we were divided because of that colorism? Oh, if you pass that paper bag color, you are right. But if you are below that paper bag color, meaning darker than that paper bag color, go sit in the back. All of that. Yes, ageism, colorism, sexism, the men is against women, women is against men. Intelligence. Oh, who's smarter? I'm smarter. Who's prettier? All of that is described within the Willie Lynch writing, how they would control slaves. Now, there's not any more slaves, literally, but you know the Constitution of America, the 13th Constitution, does say if you get incarcerated, you are a slave, right? So you might be free out here, but if you get arrested, you are a slave again, okay? That's just a little nugget. So when you read the Willie Lynch writing and you see the practices of this slave owner who was teaching other slave owners how to control and divide their slave, that behavior has been perpetuated from generation to generation to generation and is currently in our society today. Now, when they perpetuated that behavior, indoctrinated those teaching to our ancestors, which came down from generation to generation to generation, and we know it was so destructive. So much pain within our community, so much pain within our family because of that wicked indoctrination, which I believe, and we all know it came from the pit of hell. But I'm saying to you guys, go and read. If you have not read, if you have never heard of the Willie Lynch writing, go read it. Just for education. Or it will help you identify the behavior within yourself, your family, and let's expand to the community within our people. And we can also expand on humanity. Now, we don't have any more excuses. Now, some people are full of courage. They are just inherently strong people that will fight against oppression and unfair behavior, right? Things that we call wickedness and evil. And some people need to understand. So read the Willie Lynch writing, understand what it is, identify it within yourself, your family, your community, right? And tell yourself, if you identify it within yourself, I must change. Because this is a process that was handed down to me from my forefathers, my ancestors. And it seems like normal behavior. And we know that it's not normal behavior. Our humanity is best when we practice love. We uplift each other. So, I ask you today to go and read Willie Lynch writing. Please read it and look within yourself. Sit back and just look within yourself. And if you see it within yourself, it is your responsibility to change. Help your family identify those disruptive behavior within yourself, your family, or your community. Right? Now, I'm here and I'm doing the same thing. I'm learning, and when I see that destructive behavior uprise within myself, my family, I try to teach my family, show, let's learn together. And if you don't have that courage within yourself, you know what they call knee city. You got to go down to knee city now and reach that God that's within you to give you the courage and the power and the knowledge and the understanding to change our disruptive behavior. So, my folks, read all about Willie Lynch. And say to yourself, it might be a hoax, the writing might be a hoax, but whoever wrote it, it really described what happens within our community. All right? Be blessed. Be safe. Until we meet again. Okay?